Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be working with our steering wheel control for the dual screen Android unit that I installed in my Macan. So the issue with that steering wheel controls, especially the joker button that I'm showing the screen right now, is that when you press it, it has an impact to the Android unit. It makes it go through different apps, like if we were pressing a mode button, toggling between the apps, and this is a non-desirable effect of that joker button on the unit. Say you wanted to use that joker button to control the multifunction display and select Sport Plus or Sport, for example, or PSE. Once you press it to select that function of the car, then you're changing the source in the Android unit, which is undesirable. Then you have to go back and select the source that you want. So that's really not good, unless you want that button to control the source, right? And then you're okay. I'm not okay with that, so I took it upon myself to try to find a solution so that we can disconnect that control from the unit, right? Break that control, and if possible, then add new control, right? And if we were able to add, or if we are able to add new ways of control for the unit, then we can use that joker button to skip music, for example. And I'm happy to report that I was able to find a solution for that, and this is what I'm going to be showing today. So the solution consists of 3 steps mainly, right? First is extracting the main UI app from the unit. This is easily done, right? So the main UI app, which is the main app.apk in the unit, that is the app that is basically a controller app. It controls functions like rear view camera. It controls functions like it has embedded functions or activities like radio, AVIN. So when you see those apps in the unit that are native apps like radio, AV, audio, etc., even Bluetooth, those are part of this main UI or main app.apk. So you extract that. That's the first step, and then the second step is you send that app to a developer. I'm going to show you who that person is, and then that developer is going to make some minor changes to that app. Nothing consequential, but really some minor changes. And in essence, what that does is that it allows the app to disconnect from the steering wheel control, right? So if you just want to disconnect the diamond button from the steering wheel, or the diamond button from the unit function, then you just stop there, no additional steps, right? So you basically send that, as I said, in the second step to the developer. The developer will return a modified app to you, and then you install it, and that's it. And then if you want to change the function of any steering wheel control button, then the third step is that then you configure an ini file, and then you save it into the root directory structure of the unit. So you will see that as well. I'll show you those steps. So with that, let's go to work. All right, step one. Step one, you go to XDA forums, and I'm going to give you the link of where you need to go in XDA forums. There's an app called App Switcher version 3. In that app, in that thread, which refers to that app, what happens is that app it takes the place of the source change, right? We don't need to install that app, right? Only if you want, right? But in order for us to deactivate the diamond or the joker button and then remap the function of the steering wheel controls, we don't have to install these, right? The only way you would install these is you want that joker button to to uh, move through different sources that you can select, right? Uh, like for example, if you want to open the navigation app, or if you want to open browser or any other app, then you can specify those apps here in the app switcher app, and then you'll see a screen like this one that comes up every time you press the joker button, right? But we don't want that at this point, right? So what we're going to do first, we're going to go to post number 5 here in this thread, and there's an app called Main UI Updater 0.24. That's the app you need to download first. So I'm going to download that, and then we're going to record it in this USB, and then install it in the unit. And what this does is that, and you'll see it, is that when you run it, this app theoretically is used to get the modified app into the unit to install it, right? But the first step, we're going to install this app and run it without the modified main UI app, and this will create a backup of the main UI that you have in your unit, and then once that backup is created, you stop the app from running, and then you'll have the app that you need to send to the developer, right? So let's download this real quick. It's downloading here, and then what we'll do is that we'll or save this app in the USB drive, right? So it's already in the USB drive. So so with that, then let's go to the car and install it. Let's go to File Manager, USB, Main UI Updater. So what I'm doing here now is installing the main UI updater, and now I'm opening the app and initiating the update. And now, as you can see, it created the backup in the file manager directory. So now I'm going to File Manager to find the file created, right? And it's not there in download, but it's in the main UI updater folder, and that's a newly created folder. And what you need to do is now copy that file by pressing and getting that window to open, hit copy, and then copy it or paste it into the USB file, and then you'll see it there soon. And once once I find it, I'll show it to you. I think it's the one at the top there, right? So that one is the file that you need to save and send to the developer in step 2. All right. So now that we have completed the first step, now we go to the second step, which is sending this app that we extracted from our unit to the developer. The developer's handle or name is Torsten H. So you can either come here and start a conversation, right? And then you can then tell them main UI app modification request for MTK unit, MTK Dual Screen unit. And then you would request him to modify the app, and what you do is that you upload, attach the file. So this file is the one that we just saved from the unit that was generated by the by the app, but when it backed up, and then you upload it here. And then if you want to write something here, you can. So this is uploading now. And once this finishes uploading, then you send it, and you should hear from Thorsten H within the day. He replied to me very quickly within the few hours. Already had the modded app, and I know of another person that I asked him to try this as well. It took less than a day, right? So he usually responds very quickly. I think he's located in Europe. And one of the things that I would ask is that you donate to his donate here for his development, so you can buy him a coffee, I guess. I mean, so he receives donations for his development. So I encourage you all to go there and donate so that he can continue to work on applications like these. For those of you in Europe, he has a DAP Plus application that seems to be really good, right? So I'm going to make a video on that later. But as I said, I encourage you to donate here, because I want to make sure that he's compensated for the work he did, right? It's really a good solution for us. So I think it's good that we donate. I donated to him as well. So so with that, that once you receive that file, which I received here, so you can see here, I sent him the file on Saturday at 1:28 p.m. and then I received it back at 2:12 p.m. So not even an hour. I already have it here. It's probably this is not going to work. Oh, it's still here, right? So this probably won't work for much longer. But this specific one is for my unit. I would ask that you send him your own, because it is important that he puts the modification on your own file so that there's no issues, right? And as always, you do this at your own risk. I mean, even himself. I mean, when you look at this thread, he starts by warning everyone that this is an at your own risk procedure, right? I want to make sure that you understand that this could have a possibility of breaking the unit, right? And just proceed with caution. What I can say as well is that I tried this, and I have a friend that tried it, and we were both successful, right? So what you need to do now, and I'm going to show it to you now, is installing this in your unit. So you install the Modify app. You don't need the original file that we downloaded to upload the app. You just get the transfer file into the USB, right? So so in this case, I'm going to download this again so that you can see, right? So it's downloading the modded app, and then this is how the modified app is going to look like. It says main UI src mod, right? So you then save that to your thumb drive, and now it's saving in the thumb drive. And now I'm going to show you how to install this in your unit. Basically, to install it, you just install the USB in the USB data port, and then you go to File Manager, and then you basically click on the app, on the APK file, and then that's going to self-install the APK, right? You're going to see that there's some apps that the native apps, like radio, AVIN, and all that from main UI are going to disappear once you install it. So don't panic like I did, right? Just reboot the system, and then they will come back. And then at that point, you should have the diamond or the joker button deactivated with all the apps working as they should, right? So, all right, so now Now that concludes step 2, right? And if you just wanted to deactivate the Joker button, this is it. You don't have to do anything else, right? Now you can use the Joker button to control the multifunction display. But if you, like me, want to control the unit, and in my specific case, I want to use that Joker button to skip tracks, skip music, then stay tuned for step number 3. Now to install the file, the modified file, once you have it from the developer into the unit, you go to File Manager, and then you go to USB 1. You need to install the USB into the USB data port, and go to USB 1. All right, so scrolling, you'll find the file, main UI. Whatever name he assigned to the modded file, it should end with the mod APK. And now you just select it to install it. So this file will auto-install over the original main app. Hit install and let it do its thing. All right, so now the app is installed. Hit done, and then what you will see that the main UI apps are gone. They disappear. Don't worry about that. Just hit reboot the unit, and then they should appear back. So this is me trying to determine what happened, and I went to the car infotainment to see if the apps were still there, configure, and they were, right? So that's when I decided to reboot, and you will see me rebooting the unit soon. And then once that's done, you will see, so now I'm rebooting, you will see that after the unit reboots, all the apps will come back. So just wait a little bit. And yeah, the diamond button is not doing anything. When I hit the Joker button or the diamond button, you can see it's activating sport, but it's doing nothing to the unit, which is fantastic. All right, and the radio works. Right, if you can, right? Everything works well. And if I'm in radio, then it doesn't move when I press the Joker. And the rest with the same with the rest of the app. So these have solved this issue, right? So, all right, step number 3 involves the creation of or the modification of an ini file, .ini file. You can see here, if you go to the same thread, you can see here a step number or post number 9. That's where you need to go. And if you want to learn more about it, you just can read these, right? But what this does is that this ini file, which is called key mapping.ini, that's the initialization file for the modifications that were made by the developer, right? And he has a piece of code here that will interpret the value coming from the steering wheel control, right? And then converting that to something else, right? So you can see here, the different values, and when I did the mapping of our steering wheel, and I'm going to show it to you now. That mapping is as follows, right? So you have the diamond button generates a code that is equal to 10, right? Phone pickup button is 29, volume up is 19, volume down is 20, mute is 16, and phone hang up here is 30. So what that means is that if you want to convert the joker button, which generates a signal equal to 10, then what you need to do is in that ini file, create a line that starts with a 10, and then colon, and then the code that you want this converted to, right? So you can see here that if we want to convert that code 10 to something else, and let's say we want to skip music, then you have a full list of codes here that I'm going to rewrite in the description of this video. And if you want to skip music, then the code is, I believe it's 44, but I want to find that here. Right, here. Next, 44. Right? So what you do is that first, let's download this, right? Download it. And then let's open it. And you see here that it has some codes already as an example. And what this does is that it remaps the volume. Volume down is 20, volume up is 19, as you saw in the graphic here, right? And what this command does is that it inverts the commands, right? So if the volume up was going down, then now it's going up, and vice versa, right? So what you do is, and then you delete this because we are happy with how our volume scroll performs. I mean, we don't want to change that. And then we write here 10, which is the incoming signal, colon, and then the outgoing signal is 44. You save that. So let's save it. And it says here key mapping last two, but this is because I already have a key mapping. You need to, the actual name should be key mapping .ini, right? So there's already a key mapping here that I already have. So when I open this, it's 1044, right? So this is exactly the one that you need. And then let's save that into our USB drive, right? So now in the USB drive, we have key mapping.ini. And now I'm going to show you where to save that in the unit. And with that, now that diamond or joker button will translate into skip. You can map it to whatever you want. If you want that button to go to, let's say, if you want this button to mute, then you instead of 44, you put 16, right? If you want that to power off the unit, then you go with 82. If you want to play music with it, you put 90 instead of 44, right? And so forth, right? If you want to change, for example, if you want to change, for example, the phone pickup button or even the mute button to a previous track, maybe you want to change the mute button to previous track, then you write, you start with 16, which is the mute button, right? The mute signal, 16, colon, and then previews, which is here. I believe it's this one, 45, right? So 16 colon 45, and that gets you to the previous track. So you get the idea, right? So this is what we need to do. And now I'm going to show you how to install it in the system and what it does, right? So, all right, to copy the ini file, you go to, you first place your USB drive into the USB data port of the unit. Then you go to File Manager, and then you go to USB 1, where you copy the file, and then go to your key mapping.ini, the one that you just saved. Just press it until this menu comes, then hit copy, and then go back to your local. And you want to save it in the local, in the root directory, in the same directory you have all these, right? So you don't want to save it in the folder. you want to save it here. So just hit paste, and now key mapping ini is there, right? So then what you do is then go back, and you need to reboot the system, because the mod main UI, the modded main UI file, it reads the key ini file open startup, right? So let's go ahead and reboot. And it can be a soft reboot, doesn't have to be a hard reboot. Right, so now it's rebooting. I'm gonna wait until it starts CarPlay. And let's open the full app. And now, I'm not sure if you're gonna get to see it, but when I hit the diamond button, you see, I call it diamond button. It's also a joker button, whatever you want to call it. But now you see that as I'm hitting that button, the media is skipping to the next. So this solved the issue of using the joker button to skip music. All right, so that finishes step number 3. The unit should now be configured to your liking. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below. As always, I appreciate very much your support. Subscribe to the channel, it's important for us. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be caught